Good morning, this is Jarvis Scott from What's Happening in Birmingham. Today I have the honor and pleasure of being with Mr. Gerald Pippen, who is with Langston Motors. Mr. Pippen, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Scott. How you doing, sir?
Good. Thank you for taking time out your day. Usually, when you meet a car salesman, this is the days when they're the most busiest, Monday through Saturday. So thank you for taking time early morning to come in and chat with us about this important subject of buying a car, whether it's new or used in 2018, but plus also to tell people a little bit about yourself.
Well,
let me start tell people about yourself.
But first and foremost, I want to thank the Heavenly Father for allowing me for being here today. I'm all about gratitude. It was for Him, I want to be here. Thank you for allowing me to be here also. I've been in the car business for 31 years. As a matter of fact, I'm celebrating 31 years on August the 12th. It was August the 12th, 1987 when I first got into this business. I was recruited by a great friend of mine that I've been knowing since I was 5 years old, Mr. Anthony Underwood. I was working at left college in my senior year from Alabama A&M University because I couldn't get a job in my major, and I started selling real estate for Farmers U.S. Congressman Earl Hilliard, American Trust Land Company, and I was working in my grade selling suits. And Anthony asked me, "Have you ever thought about the car business?" So at that time, he was going through the dealer development training to get a Ford dealership. I went to the interview, and he didn't interview me. Another gentleman interviewed me, and they gave me a test. And I failed the test. And the guy said, "You're not fit for the car business." So I went home, I cried. So I saw an ad, Toyota, Alabama. And Toyota, Alabama was like the #1 Toyota dealer in this district. They were selling 500, 600 Toyotas a month. So I went to the interview, and the gentleman hired me on the spot.
Okay.
So it went from there.
Okay. So let me just dive straight into it. The #1 question, and I guess the first question I have for you is, what credit score do you need to buy a car in 2018? Used car.
That's a great question. Really, you don't need a credit score.
Okay.
We have guaranteed credit approval. We have lenders that they don't go by a credit score. We have lenders also that would finance you if you're in debtor's court. Of course, the worse your score is, the worse your credit is, the higher your interest rate is. Same way when it comes to SR22 insurance. A person have a bad driving record, the insurance is going to be higher than a person that has a great driving record. So you really don't have to have a credit score to buy a car.
So bankruptcies don't matter, foreclosures, repossessions.
Doesn't matter. Student loans.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. What are some questions you should ask when financing a car?
A lot of times I pre-qualify a customer before I let them even test drive a car because there's a sense in a person who may have a 4 or 5 FICO score coming to look at a 2014 maximum. You have to test drive it. They get all excited about it, and once you go inside and pull the credit and they qualify for a full focus, they're not going to want to focus, okay, because their mind is set on that maximum. So what I do, I go through a qualifying process. It's basically the road to the sale. It's 10 steps. You meet and greet them, ask them qualifying questions. So most of the time I ask the customer, "Have you ever financed a car before?" And then if they say yes, you say, "With who?" Well, if they say ABC Motors, buy here, pay here company, they got bad credit. So I stop that process, tell them to follow me. I don't tell them I'm going inside to fill out a credit application. But I immediately go inside and just start getting an application form and pre-qualify.
Okay. Can you go back to buy here, pay here? Because people see that a lot.
Oh, we finance. That's where
the
car dealer finance the car themselves. They hold the paper themselves instead of going through a lender. They hold the paper themselves.
Okay. Well, after that process, let's just say it's a used car.
Correct.
What are some things when you're buying a used car should you look for? And what I mean look for is like looking around the car, inspecting, things like that.
Well, the main thing, a lot of people are concerned about how many owners, on a used car that's been. And then a lot of people want to know whether or not the car has been wrecked. Of course, you have Carfax, you have auto check that a lot of dealers have. At Langston Motors, we have auto check. So when a customer asks me for that, we give them auto check. We give them a history of the vehicle.
Okay. What are some things a person should ask when buying a new car?
A new car?
Yeah, a brand new car.
Well, of course, there's not too much that they could even ask. I mean, the car has never been registered to anyone. If you have a demonstrator, a demo, which a lot of dealers have, they can max the car out to like 4,500 or 5,000 miles and sell it. But a brand new car could still have issues with it because cars are made by man, not by God.
Okay.
And so I've seen when I've sold, I worked at a lot of franchise dealers, and I've seen brand new cars that was in the service department the following week after we sold them the car. And there was one instance where there wasn't any oil in the car. And that was a problem when they had a PDI inspection, pre-delivery inspection. The technician failed to check that car thoroughly to see that it had oil in it. But it's not too many questions that they, can ask about that for us getting a car inspected or anything. That's a brand new car.
Okay. Well, let's go on to the customer side. What should they do when it comes to like price negotiation?
Well, when it comes to price negotiations, one of the biggest problems that I foresee, a lot of people always talk about blue book value. Okay. To me, there's really no such thing as a blue book value because banks use NADA. Most banks go by NADA. Very rarely you have some finance company that go by black book. But see, at the auction, they tell us to throw a book away. It goes to the highest bidder. So a lot of times when a customer comes to the car line and say that, my bank said blue book value X amount of dollars, basically that's not true. It's based upon their credit because you have rough book, average book, clean trade, and clean retail. And a person has some credit issues. Let's say they may have a 590 score and they're going through the credit union. Well, the credit union will say, well, we only going to loan you 100% of book, which would be clean trade. So if clean trade is $10,000 on the car and the dealer has the car for $12,900 and $12,900 is clean retail, that doesn't mean that car is not worth $12,900. But what the customer perceives in his mind is that when the bank tells them they're only going to loan them $10,000, that the car is only worth $10,000, and that's a problem.
Okay. Well, let's move on to next. Your famous slogan: "Quit tripping and call Pippen."
I love it. It was something that God dropped in my spirit. I've been marketing myself for a long time. I've been on commission since 1985 when I first left college, and it's just something. It rhymes and it's good. I have over 6,000 happy customers in my customer base, and it's forever growing. I know a lot of people, and it rhymes, and it's something that a lot of people call me and tell me they like it. And I get a lot of referrals from it. Just generating a lot of business from it.
Okay. Another term, since I got you in front of me, is lemon. People say, don't buy a lemon. What does that mean?
Well, that's a bad car. People feel that's a bad car. Of course, Alabama has a lemon law, but it's not a lemon law on used cars. It's only a lemon law on new cars. And basically, the car has been in the service department so many times on a new car, and that car still hasn't been fixed for the same thing concerning that maybe the engine or transmission. That could probably, characterize that car as being under lemon law, but there's no such thing as a lemon law with a used car. And, used cars gonna have issues because it's a used car.
Okay.
And when the dealer get a car, my thing is that, you should have that car inspected and checked out before you put it out there and sell it. So when a customer has questions, you can have your inspection sheet and say that, hey, I bought this car from ABC Auto Auction or wherever, and when we got it, we put it on the service department, he put it on the lift, my technician checked this out, we repaired this, and we done that. Just you disclose it to the customer, let them know. Very rarely we let clients take cars away from the lot because in the past I've let customers come in and say, well, my mechanic want to check the car out, and they'll take your car and they take parts off it, tires and all that. So what you want to do is do your own inspection or have them to have someone to come to your car lot to inspect the car themselves.
So what tips do you give customers that once they get in, they get pre-approved and they decide upon a car, but they meet that finance person and they sit in front of them and they're like, well, I don't want to pay this price. So what price negotiation tips would you give? Now keep in mind what I'm just telling you, it could be used against you in a way, but just tips that they can, because everybody's always looking for the cheaper price for a vehicle.
Correct. Well, there are things that you cannot control. If you have credit issues for the interest rate, there's really not much for as negotiation and everything. The negotiation should have been done on the sales floor before you get in the finance office. Now, of course, finance manager, he have products such as credit life, credit disability, have a warranty and all that he want to sell products that, gap insurance, that basic that you need. So that's left up to that individual on, how much they can afford. And mainly, most people are payment buyers. How much they can afford, But if I was purchasing a car, and I would be concerned, I would want gap, I would want me an extended service plan for his credit life and credit disability. I mean, if I passed away, I wouldn't want to buy my car.
Okay.
But at the same time, I would have life insurance.
Okay.
So my insurance would cover that. That's not knocking the products or anything like that. I was focused on a warranty and gap insurance. I would want that on my car.
Okay. So let's talk about Langston Motors.
Okay.
Where are you all located?
We're located in Alabaster at 1334 1st Street North, Highway 31. We're right across the street from Ernest McCarty Ford. Also have a second location in Jemison, Alabama on Highway 31.
Okay, so tell me a little bit more about Langston Moore, what distinguishes you guys, what makes you all unique?
Well, Troy Langston, Troy Dinky, I should nickname Dinky Langston, very good friend of mine, just like a brother. Matter of fact, we call each other brothers. Been with him been knowing him for a long time, and you know, I was in a situation with my car lot at Pippen Motor Company, and I'm still a used car dealer. I just put my license on wholesale status, and he came to me. He made me an offer that I couldn't refuse, and so I ended up there. Well, of course, you know, Troy is the king of special financing himself, and we have guaranteed credit approval. We stand out because we have a company where we have 60-second approval. It takes about 3 to 5 minutes to complete a credit application, and you rate it anywhere from a 1 to a 10. So everybody's approved, nobody's turned down, and so it's a great program. We have other lenders also that we specialize in using, but our guaranteed credit program is something that's great. Matter of fact, last month we're #1 in our market.
Okay. Okay, congratulations. For more information, I guess the phone number.
Yeah, 205-406-5886, or you can call me on my direct credit line. I got a 24-hour credit hotline, 205-910-2616, 205-910-2616, or you can text me, or you can email me at gpmoneyman@gmail.com. That's gpmoneyman@gmail.com. And remember, quit tripping and call Pippen.
Well, Mr. Pippen, thank you for taking time out your day to sit down with us. And for more information, please check out what'shappeningbirmingham.com for this interview and more interviews. Thank you all again, and have a great day. Bye-bye.